Passion our purpose, profit our pain. I don't want my name to ever be in vain. A life full of substance is the only thing that will remain the same. Millennial Thoughts. Welcome back to Millennial Thoughts with your girl Alicia. I'm so glad y'all chose to come and join us today. I have a special guest by the name of Stephanie. She is on Instagram at vaycarious. She has a YouTube channel because she went on a grown gap year. If you don't know what that is, it's she quit her job after she saved up some money and went and traveled. I believe it's Southeast Asia. I think that's right. So if y'all just come and join and listen to the conversation, y'all might be interested in traveling, want to know how she did it and everything like that. So I'm so glad that she came and joined the show. Hello, Stephanie.
Hi, Alicia. I'm so excited to talk to you today. I'm excited to be here.
Yes, thanks. So basically, I just want to tell all my people about your story and what you did. I guess maybe what encouraged you to do it, why you started it. In some ways, like they can think about taking a gap year, or maybe not a gap year, maybe like a gap months, and just a little bit of knowledge about travel.
That's right. I quit my job to travel as an adult. Most people think of a gap year as time that you take maybe after high school, before college, or right after you graduate from college. But it's not too late. If you didn't do it then, if you didn't take a year of freedom to travel and to explore, it's not too late to do it. That's the whole message. It's not too late. And it can be done on a really small budget, because I did it on a very tight budget. I spent about $1,200 a month traveling around Southeast Asia. I went to Thailand and Vietnam and Cambodia and Indonesia and all that. And I did, like I said, I did it on a really small budget. I spent about $40 per day as just me, which is just myself. So it's easier than people think it is, and you don't need a trust fund to do it.
Yeah, so as you say that you took this grown gap year, were you nervous about going by yourself? Did you travel a lot before? Like, what made you go solo?
I had traveled solo quite a bit before, because I kept planning trips and people kept backing out. I can't tell you how many times, like when I go back through old email, I don't know, I keep stuff in my inbox, So when I go back through old email chains, I have emails from like 2004, 2003, where we're like, oh, let's everybody go to Costa Rica. I found a villa with 8 bedrooms. And then, who went to Costa Rica? I went to Costa Rica. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
By myself, because by the time it came down to it, nobody would or could ever go with me. So solo travel is something that I felt pretty comfortable doing. But even still, when you're talking about traveling for a full year to a place where you don't speak the language, you don't know anybody, anybody will feel nervous. I definitely was afraid. I was afraid that I was going to run out of money. I was afraid I wasn't going to like it. I was afraid that something, bad would happen to me, but the fear wasn't enough to say, well, just don't do it.
Like it didn't tear you away from it. I see what you're saying.
That's right. I still really wanted to do it. I didn't want to look back and say, oh, I really wish I had done this, and regret it in the future, because things change and you can't always do the things that you can do today, whether it's financially or whether it's physically, your body, or maybe one day I might want to have, adopt 80 kids or something, you can't always do what you can. I knew that this was the perfect time, while I can move around, while I'm single, or and while I had, a little bit of money, and I had enough internet savvy to try to figure out how to make some money at the same time. So
right.
even going alone was, yes, I felt nervous about it, but it was definitely worth the chance.
Okay, and so speaking about that, like a money budgeted and even like a job, how were you able to like save enough money to be able to fund this for a year, or did you like work throughout that year, or like just how did you keep up your budget and stuff?
That first year, I didn't work at all while I was traveling. I'm still traveling now. This was a couple years ago. I'm still traveling now. So now I work when I travel. But that first year was all on my savings. I was a hospital pharmacy technician. I brought home about $1,250 per month total. No, that's per paycheck. $1,250 per paycheck. So every 2 weeks, so $2,500 per month. And so I just killed it with overtime. I decided that I'm going to do this thing and I know it's going to cost money. So I just went crazy with overtime. If I had been a little smarter, I would have started so a second, like a side hustle too, like maybe some freelance writing. Because now I'm a freelance writer, but I'm a little bit behind the curve. So if I'd started my side hustle then, I would have been making a little bit, better money as I went along. But I did the whole thing on savings, and I sold some stuff. I had a lot of just stuff around the house. Once I decided that I wanted to travel, I started looking at all the money that I was just sitting on. I had some purses. I had a couple of like Dunia Burke purses that I sold, and I had a bunch of books. Surprisingly, I made decent money by reselling used books and just stuff around the house that turn, like, how you watch a cartoon and they're looking at something and they, you're hungry and you look at something and it looks like a steak. I was looking at my house and everything in the house looked like money.
Like, yes, I feel that way. Yes. That's true. I'm going through my stuff right now too. I'm like, let me sell this. I can get some more money so I can travel out here.
That's right.
I remember. So I looked at your YouTube channel, so I do know a little bit more of what you're talking about. And one thing I want to bring up is I just graduated from like grad school or whatever. And one thing you said is that you cut your cable off. And so I was like definitely connecting with you. I was like, oh my gosh, right, I don't have cable either. And although I'm not saving no money from not having cable, I'm not spending no money either,
That's right.
So when people talk about like, oh, how do you save money for this? Well, I mean, I don't have cable, y'all. So that's an extra $50 in my pocket, And so for you to turn it off, you said that you saved like $100, I remember, or something like that.
Yes. I have been in that house for 8 years. You know how you sign up for, I had DirecTV, you sign up and it's like, oh, $50 a month. And I put, you put it on auto payment. You stop looking at stuff. I don't know. It's not the smartest way to handle money, but I didn't know that by the time I looked at it a second time, I was paying $95 a month for DirecTV, and I was watching The Golden Girls and Law and Order. Like, I'm not even, I watched the Hallmark Channel and TNT. Like, I don't need a $95 DirecTV package. So DirecTV alone paid, I can't remember now, but I know I did the math, and DirecTV, I think, paid for 2 full months by cutting out DirecTV for 15 months before I went on my trip, which is how long it took me to get all the money saved. I think I paid for 2 full months of travel just by not having DirecTV. I had switched over to Netflix and Hulu. And
so
it was like
$20.
Like, yeah.
So and how did you know?
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was saying, so how did you know, like, the time you wanted to leave? So what made you give yourself like 15 months to save it up? Like, what was that plan about?
I first looked at how much it was going to cost. And I knew right away that Southeast Asia was where I wanted to go. I had seen the pictures of Thailand, the boats in Phuket, and the elephants in Chiang Mai. So I was the kind of person who, my screensaver was like every travel destination I wanted to hit up, So I knew that I wanted to go to Southeast Asia. And a lot of bloggers were talking about how you can do it on $40 a day without really stressing out about money. So, and I knew I wanted to go for a year. So then now I know that I need $1,200 a month or over $14,000. And then I just looked at how I was going to get the money, and I knew it was going to be mostly from overtime. And then I also knew that I wanted to hit up the Chiang Mai Lantern Festival. It's called Loy Krathong, which happens in October. It's like late September, early October every year. So those things all together meant that I was going to leave 15 months from when I started.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Just trying to get your thought process. So do you think that a year was too long? Do you wish well, of course, everybody wants to stay longer, but do you think that if you had more money, you would have stayed longer, or were you ready to go? Do you think 6 months would be good?
Everybody, it's up to everyone else. Like I said, I'm actually still traveling. Like, I ran out of money and I went home and got my job back for a little bit and then left again. So to me, 1 year wasn't long enough because I moved slowly. I only visited 12 countries in those 12 months.
Well, that's good.
And so, yeah, I think it's great. I feel like it's great. It didn't wear me out, so I didn't come back from the trip exhausted. Like some people, try to hit 50 countries in 50 weeks or something, so I didn't wear myself out, but it wasn't long enough. But for plenty of people, a gap summer, like if you take 3 months, that can recharge you enough to go on. You know, so many people we're told just to work, and focus on hard work, go to school, go to school, and never take time to just relax and enjoy your life. You know, never just take time to be free, you know, just chill. Don't have anything on your agenda for an entire week. It feels amazing. Let me tell
you. Honestly, it does.
So there's no time maximum or time minimum. It's up to you what everybody wants to do. And I advocate for, if you want to take, like you said, a gap month, a gap summer, a gap year, a gap, you know, whole rest of your life. Do it.
I wish. Yes, I was thinking maybe I could do like 3 to 6 months or something like that, but being very strategic is wondering why I was asked, because I was like, I don't know if I could be gone for a year by myself. I just be like, woo, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing out here. But I guess I was saying for like Southeast Asia was like that a perfect amount of time for that trip. That's what I guess I was like talking about, because I know some people, they did it, and I think they went for like 2 or 3 weeks or something like that. So that's like, you can't do 12. Well, I mean, you can do 12 countries if you want to, but you might be exhausted when you get done with it. So, right. So I don't know about that. But so now, after your gap year, you did it, you enjoyed it, you loved it. And so now you basically like turn travel. Did you turn into a business, or like you do other things now, you're able to travel? I guess you can talk like a little bit about how that transition happened.
Sure. After I came back and I went back to, like, my old job hired me back. I actually went to a different hospital, but my hospital hired me back. 2 different hospitals offered me the job when I came back.
Oh, well, that's good.
Because that's something that a lot of people are nervous about. What's it going to look like on my resume? And people were so impressed. Just like when you hear someone does it, you say, "Oh, wow, that's amazing." So did the hiring managers. And the HR directors, right? They're the same. They're just people, and they're like, "Wow, that's really cool. Now let's talk about your qualifications." And it was no big deal. It was no big deal that I had this year off where I didn't do anything really productive, but they didn't care. So that's first. It was easy to get my job back, but after I got there, I was just like, you know what? Let's see what else I can do. While I was on the road, I met a lot of people who were making money while they traveled. And I was like, okay, let's see how I can figure that out. So that's when I started freelance writing, and I started house sitting so that I can live on very little. Like, I house sat in Mexico last year for 6 months straight, and I left home with $3,000, and that's all I spent. So I spent $3,000 over 6 months. I'm in Mexico again. I just got back here to house sit for the same people. And this time, instead of me paying to get myself here, this time they actually paid me. They flew me to come down here to house sit for them.
Oh, so that's nice.
So not only do I don't have to pay for a place to stay, but I also got the flight paid for too. So once I came back, I was like, let me see how I can figure this out. But I know I've met a lot of people who traveled for a year and they were good with that, or traveled for 6 months or whatever, and they were good with that for a while. I just didn't want to go back to work, but plenty of people do. Plenty of people do, and they're just as happy, because you like I said, you get recharged and refreshed and refocused. Some of that refocus might lead you down the same path you were already on, just with more energy, or it might totally change your path. It might totally move you in a different direction.
So with yours, did you think you always wanted to be a traveler, like a freelance writer, or after that one thing, it like changed your whole way of thinking in your path?
It was always in me. It's just something that I didn't know that I could do without a lot of money. Like, seriously, I thought that I knew that there were people who traveled all the time, but I really just thought you had to have a trust fund, or you have to, you have rich parents and they give you money and you travel. So it was always in me, but I just didn't know I could do it until one day I went to Brazil for my birthday. I went to a birthday. It was during the World Cup, but I was just there to celebrate my birthday. I don't follow soccer at all. But there were a lot of Americans there partying and, having a good time down there. And when they asked me, why are you only here for 5 days? And I was like, what do you mean? These look like regular people. We're staying in the same guest house. We're paying like $20 a night. So they're not rich people. So how are you staying for 3 months? Right? And that's when they're like, we work, we save money, and we quit. We travel, and then we go back to work, and we save money, and we quit. And I was like, oh, me too. now,
because work is always going to be there. Honestly, work is always going to be there.
It's going to be there. You got that right.
So yeah. So when you talk about like freelance writing and things like people wanting to get into it, or like the house sitting, how did you start like freelance writing? Is it just like networking, or you just started writing and people like contacted you? Like, how do you think that people can go into it or get into it?
I started it with, I started it probably the most difficult way. So I got a website and I wrote some work, some speculative work, and then I cold emailed some people. But then my very first paying client was a friend of my mom's, who I've known since I was 12 years old. So reaching out to your circle, reaching out not only to people you know, but have them reach out to people that they know. That is probably the best way to get into any kind of freelance work if you don't already have connections. If it's a type of freelance work that's different from what you already do. Because I worked in a pharmacy, I didn't have, I couldn't just contact former clients and say, hey, I can write for you, But if you're branching out into something entirely new, don't be afraid to tap into your network and just let them know, hey, this is a thing. This is what I'm doing now. If you know anyone who could use my services, have them reach out to me. It's the most powerful way to get started.
Oh, okay. Okay, then just think about that. And so now you house it. And so you just so now you're in Mexico. Do you know where you're going to go next? Or do you go back home like in between time of your
visit? I'm here at this particular house sit for a full month. Then I'm going back home because there's a conference called Audacity Fest. It's a travel. Okay. So I'm going home for Audacity Fest.
Are you going to be speaking? Conference.
I'm on a panel talking about house sitting.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I'm really trying to come to it. It's in Memphis. I've been looking at it and everything. So
where are you?
I'm in Kentucky.
Oh, you could drive there.
Yeah, I really could drive to Tennessee, but I'm in the process of moving, so I don't really know where I'm going to be at because I'm trying to get a job somewhere. So
okay,
yeah,
okay. Well, I hope I see you there, Tiffany.
That would be so cool.
She's going to be there too. We're both
she
there.
Is. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm going back in September, and then I come right back to the same town to house sit for another family because these people put me on to some other people. So I'll be here in Mexico until probably November or December.
I need to figure out what these people do to be affording house sitting people. Shoot, forget that. I was like, what y'all do? I need to be over there. But
I'll tell you. Let me tell you real quick. Let me tell you because this is another life hack.
Okay.
So these people, the people that I'm house sitting for right now, he was a pilot. He worked in Canada, but instead of having a home in Canada, he built a home in Mexico because pilots only have to work so many days out of the month. So he basically commuted from Mexico. So he took his big fat Canadian paycheck and lives like a king in Mexico.
Oh, that's smart.
So if you can,
I just went to Canada and it is expensive. Woo, child. I went to Toronto this last weekend.
So even if you don't work online, so we talk about if you work online, you can live anywhere. Mm-hmm. But even there are people who don't work online and still live anywhere and just go back when they need to go back.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, that is so cool. I know, thinking about it, I'm trying to get into it and figure it out. But it's just starting being young is kind of hard. So that's why I try to reach out to people. And also I know a lot of millennials, they're traveling now. Some people are trying to get free travel. Some people just want to explore and go different places. They may love their job. So just being able to have this conversation amongst people, I follow all the journalists, travel journalists now. And so I'm just now learning about it, being that I graduated. And so I'm okay, how can I tap into this thing? I'm dang, I blog I used to blog when I was in undergrad. I'm dang, I should have kept that going. Because if I was consistent, then I could be out here doing some freelance. And I'm trying to start all late now and coming back. But shoot,
it's not late. You're not late. You're not late. There's plenty of time.
You don't think I'm late?
No, you're not late. I just got on YouTube.
What'd you say?
It's not late. Mm-hmm. I just got on YouTube It's definitely not late.
I know, but I posted my first video on YouTube like 2 years ago. I seen it today, and it was when I stayed abroad in Trinidad and Tobago. I'm like, if I would have kept posting something, I could have had so many subscribers now. I'm now starting it, and I'm like, dang, I'm trying to gain the wave like everybody else. Join the wave. I'm so sad.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I guess it's to start in a, what do they
you
say?
Have to start some, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's cool. Is there any advice or anything else you would give, or anything else you want to inform the people of? About travel, about life, just anything, any life hack suggestions to travel?
Well, I already said don't wait. I think that a lot of people are just waiting for something. Either they're waiting for someone to go with them, or they're waiting for a natural break, like maybe to get fired from their job or something to travel.
I got fired
because some people, a lot of people do that. I know a couple of people who do that. Like, oh, well, it was the perfect time, I mean, yeah, sure, it is the perfect time, but you don't have to wait for something catastrophic to happen for you to take a chance. If you feel like, if it's calling you, if it's saying, hey, if this is something that you really want to do, whatever it is, whether it's quit your job to travel, or if it's start a business or start a podcast or whatever, just go ahead and do it. Go ahead and get started. You're not going to regret it. I think, and like I said, don't wait for other people to come along with you. You'll meet people as you go.
That's what I was going to ask you. So when you were talking, I don't know, like your circle, your friends, when you were telling them that, did you tell people I'm going to quit my job and travel a year? Or did you just like not really say anything, just saved your money up and just went? Like, how did you do that?
I told people, there are people who do it in secret, who believe that you make, move in silence. Move in silence. Yeah. I'm a talker. So I told people, because I want you to know what I'm doing, and then I want you to do it. If you want to do it, I want you to be able to do it as well. Mm-hmm. Not with me, I'm going by myself. But if you yeah, so I did tell people, and most people were like, oh, good. Most people were supportive, even if they didn't quite get it, like, why would you do that? Still, most people were pretty supportive, and now it's like overwhelmingly people are like, this is great, and you were ahead of your time, and now I'm going to do the same thing.
Right. I was thinking about that too. Like, I could tell people now. I'm like, okay, been up to the journey. Maybe they can help us like that. But people were like, oh, what you going to do? What are you going to do? Then people ask you all these questions, and you're like, dang, I don't know any answers. I'm just trying to figure it out now. Like I don't know what I'm about to do. So that's what it was. I was just thinking about that. And people, I guess we're called like content creators, something like that, writers and stuff like that. So now it's kind of like just trying to build your brand, build your audience and different things. So that's cool. Like, I feel like, well, you're the first one that I know that like took a gap year. Like, how you hear about things, but you don't really know who the people are and stuff like that. So you're the first one. So I was like, okay, that's really cool. Like, let me reach out to her and different things like that. And people like planning trips and stuff for that, like for people and stuff like that. I think that's really interesting and cool. And I'm so glad to see more, traveling and being in these different, I guess, countries and things like that. Matter of fact, what was your favorite country?
I'm going to give you two.
Okay.
Portugal is my favorite. Portugal is a place where I can see myself staying long term. It's beautiful weather. It's beautiful beaches, good food, nice people. There are Black people in Portugal, so I don't stand out, So Portugal, it ticks off all the boxes, and it's inexpensive. For Europe, it's very inexpensive. So I love Portugal, but Vietnam was the most exciting place for me, because everything in Vietnam is different. Like everything. I don't care what you expect to happen in Vietnam, it's different. And so that was really exciting. Also, very good food and extremely inexpensive and very good internet. Good place to work from.
Okay. Vietnam, yeah, on the map.
It's amazing. It's an amazing place. Yeah, I love it.
Okay, Vietnam and Portugal. Okay, then. So you're gonna be in Mexico for about the remaining of the year. Mm-hmm. Do you have any 2020 trips planned or anything that you want to go there? Anywhere you want to go?
I don't have anything planned yet for 2020, which is not like me, but I'm just going to play it by ear. I think I want to open myself up to travel with some other people. What I've been doing for the past, few years since I started traveling full time is setting my own schedule and then saying, hey, if you want to hang out with me for a week while I'm in such and such, come on. But I think in 2020, I'm going to try to focus on going with other people, and, asking them where would you like to go and when can you go, and then making my schedule around them instead of asking them to make their schedule around me. But just for that year, like, it's not for good,
just to
just
see,
for a
just
little
to see
while.
what's going on.
Yeah, just to hang out with some people, because it is nice to share. Travel is fine alone, and it's. I mean, I think it's a lot easier alone because you don't have to worry about, do we get along with me and this other person? But sometimes you just want to share it with somebody else. So I'm going to do some of that in 2020.
Yes, well, I'm excited for you to keep on following you on your journey and your YouTube,
Thank
and
you.
Instagram, of course. Oh, and it's Instagram Vaycarious and YouTube Vaycarious. And so this is my last question: how did you come up with Vaycarious? Like, what made you come up with that brand name?
Originally, it was just a blog where I could write down what I'm doing, and so it was like, you can vacation vicariously through me.
Oh, okay. I like that.
I know. Now I'm like, bleh.
Now
You
you're
know how
thinking
it is.
about changing it.
It's like when you get a tattoo and you're like, oh, I don't like this anymore.
Yeah.
But whatever, it's too late to change it. But
Yeah.
so originally it was where you can vacation vicariously through me. But now I don't want you to vacation vicariously through me. I want you to actually go. So now it's more about showing you how you can do it too.
Oh, okay. And so with that being said, like, I guess, where do you see your brand going? Are you blogging? Like, do you have any goals for, like, in the next couple of years? Or are you just, like, going to keep doing your house sitting and just traveling, and that's really what you want, to just keep doing?
I really want to help spread the gospel. I really want to help people understand that you can take a gap year. You can quit your job and travel, that you don't have to focus your entire life on hard work. So that's what I hope, that when people hear my name in the future, they will say, oh yeah, Stephanie Perry, she's the one who wants me to take a break, enjoy life. Yeah, to travel.
Maybe that could be your next thing. Take a break. Maybe that takeabreak.com.
Take a break.
Yeah.
That's where I hope it goes. Whatever that looks like, I hope that I can find ways to encourage people to take some time from their hard work and stressful lives to enjoy themselves and to enjoy the beauty that is this planet. Because I mean, there is some gorgeous stuff out there.
Yeah, and so it doesn't necessarily always have to be like vacation. Like, just take some time. Maybe you just, like, want to chill out. Like, you just don't have to go to work. You can just, vacation at home or something like that.
Something.
Yeah, I see it. I see what you're saying. Well, I want to thank you for being a guest on Millennial Thoughts. And hopefully you have fun in Mexico. And hopefully I'll be able to see you soon at Audacity Fest. We'll see.
I hope
that's
so,
in Memphis,
Alicia.
Tennessee. Do you want to say it's in Memphis, Tennessee, and like, it's for travelers of color to just come together and learn different things about traveling.
That's right. It's a travel festival for travelers of color. There'll be, like, lots of workshops and conferences. There's also going to be some partying and some fun and some some giveaways and stuff. Yeah, so it'll be a good time.
Oh, and it's September 28th through 30th, right?
That's right.
Yes. So if y'all want to
Audacity Fest. Yes. Audacity. Oh yeah, you can go to audacityfest.com. I actually have a discount code because I'm on the panel. So if you go to audacityfest.com/Stephanie, and I'm not 100% certain if that's, wait, I'm sorry, I should have had this. Audacityfest.com to get your tickets /Steph, STEPH, and you'll be able to get a discount. You know what? Go to my Instagram, and that's where it'll be. I'll definitely have the right link on Instagram.
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Good. It's okay. I just thought about, I was like, oh, if you're going, then we should tell the people about it to get people, interested if they're wanting to travel and meet you.
Yes.
So yes, if y'all have any other questions, y'all can catch her on YouTube, or y'all can see her on Instagram and go check out her blog and everything like that. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you so much.
Thank you
have a
so
great
much,
rest
Alicia.
of your day.
You too.
All right. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.